When Luis Ortiz was offered $7 million to face Anthony Joshua on June 1st, you had all these absolute brain-dead idiots coming out saying Ortiz was right to turn it down. It was a low-ball offer. I mean, I don't know how you can call $7 million a low-ball offer when his previous highest purse was $500,000. 14 times less than the 7. So these idiots were saying Ortiz was right to turn it down. Well, they were stupid to say that he was right to turn it down then, and they look even more stupid now. Because Luis Ortiz could be sitting here today, if he'd accepted the AJ fight, he could be sitting here today as the unified world heavyweight champion, $7 million richer. And not only that, he could be looking at the undisputed fight with Deontay Wilder and going into that fight as the A side. But he took terrible advice, either from his manager, his promoter, or from his advisor, Al Heyman, in deciding not to take the opportunity. Terrible, terrible, terrible advice. I do have to say, though, the only reason, proper reason, the only decent reason for Luis Ortiz to have turned down the AJ fight was if he actually was cycling off PEDs. If that's the case, I guess he made the right decision. But if Luis Ortiz wasn't cycling off PEDs, if he was clean, then he has been an absolute fool not to take the opportunity to fight AJ when he had it. For $7 million, could have been sitting there as the unified champion, could have been, going into the Deontay Wilder unification as the A side. Wouldn't have even had to have necessarily gone straight into the Deontay Wilder unification. I mean, you look at Al Heyman fighters, they don't generally just fight each other straight away when they've become champions. There's usually a period where they have some easy defenses and, do this, that, and the other. So Ortiz missed out on his own chance to become, to have his own reign as a heavyweight champion. He missed out. So terrible advice from whoever was advising him in turning down the AJ fight. And of course, here we've got Matthew Macklin saying something similar about Deontay Wilder. He says, Wilder is thinking I should have taken the fight. Damn straight he should have taken it. Wilder was complaining about, low ball offers. Well, now there's no ball. How about that? You had the opportunity to be undisputed right now for career high money right now. In fact, he could have fought AJ at the back end of last year, early part of this year. Long before June 1, Deontay Wilder could have done that. But he let the opportunity slip through his hands. Listening to bad advice from the Finkles and the Heymans and all them kind of people. Because look how beatable AJ looked there. Look how vulnerable he looked. Imagine if Wilder had gone in there. Imagine if Wilder had accepted one of those offers from Team AJ. And he'd been the one to smash Anthony Joshua to pieces and become undisputed in the process. He would be a lot further on in his career and in his legacy right now if he'd accepted it than he is. So, again, Deontay Wilder never been the sharpest tool in the box, but he's been terribly advised in this instance. You have to take these opportunities when they present themselves. Because who's to say Deontay, we're talking about Andy Ruiz now being unified champion. Will he get past Joshua? We don't know. Maybe he loses to Joshua in a rematch, and then Joshua and Eddie Hearn might start avoiding Deontay Wilder. Maybe they won't get any... Wilder won't get any more offers from Anthony Joshua if AJ manages to beat Ruiz in the rematch. Maybe all that 40 million and 15 million and all them offers he was getting from Team AJ, they'll just disappear and go quiet. Wilder missed his opportunity on that front. And secondly, let's say Ruiz beats AJ in a rematch. Who's to say Wilder continues to win? Who's to say Wilder doesn't lose to somebody? Let's say Wilder goes in there against Ortiz and loses in the rematch. Then he's without any belts when he could have fought AJ and maybe won the fight for career high payday. Do you understand what I'm telling you? A lot of the PBC guys, Al Heyman has done a good job to some extent for boxing. There's no question about it. The fighters love him. But even someone who is an advisor like he is can give bad advice. And it was terrible advice if it was him or if it was Finkel or whoever Terrible advice to persuade Deontay Wilder not to take the AJ fight when he had the opportunity. Terrible advice. And even worse advice to tell Luis Ortiz not to take it. Yeah, everyone's just assuming now that Deontay Wilder is just going to continue to beat everybody and go on to be. No. Deontay Wilder's going to lose too. Tyson Fury's going to lose too. And it might not be to each other. It might be to somebody. It might be to a Kaunaki. It might be to an Ortiz. It might be to somebody who we haven't thought of yet. It might be to a Michael Hunter. I mean, we don't know. It's heavyweight boxing, folks. Expect the unexpected. History repeats itself. So when you get these golden opportunities against a golden goose like AJ, you take it because now AJ's tarnished. Now AJ will never be able to put out the kind of offers that he would, even if he beats Ruiz in the rematch, he's never going to be able to, make the kind of money that he was making consistently before he lost. That golden goose is done now with AJ. Yeah, he's still going to make decent money if he comes back and gets his titles back, but it's not going to be like it was before. So that opportunity for somebody, one of the elite guys, to knock AJ off and make crazy money in doing so, it's gone. Missed your opportunity, took poor advice, should have taken it while it was there. And all these idiots running around before, oh yeah, Ortiz was right, low ball offer, and Wilder's right, can't be taking low ball. You guys are all idiots. You were idiots before, you're even bigger idiots now. Trying to talk your guy out of becoming undisputed. Ortiz could be undisputed right now. Wilder could be undisputed right now if they're taking those offers. You guys are idiots. You got to take your opportunities. And how long's Wilder going to keep hold of the WBC strap? He could lose to an opponent that nobody expects him to lose to. That's how it goes. In the 80s, it was even more dramatic. And there was even more fluctuation than there was in the 90s. In the 80s, all these guys like John Tate and Mike Weaver and Michael Dokes, all these guys, Pinkland Thomas, these guys it was like musical chairs. They were swapping titles every week. The titles were changing hands all the time. It might end up like that. And if it ends up like that, you're really going to be kicking yourself when you had the opportunity to make mega money. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's happening. I'm out.